Hey guys, this is Jim, WT1W, and you're watching FEPLabs Radio. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. So today I have a new toy. This is a PC, a full-fledged, real honest-to-goodness PC. This is a GMKTec Nuke box, Nuck box. I like to say Nuke. I think Don says Nuck. And I bought this because I thought it was cool. So the box itself is small. This is the whole entire box. And just for reference, there's my hand and there's the box. Looks like a cell phone box. When you open this up inside, we'll talk about that in a minute. You have a little manual that says don't use this in the bathtub and, don't lick the shiny metal bits. You have the PC and a USB-C power cord. Yep, USB-C. So this little rascal runs on 12 volts USB-C. Now it comes with a brick, but there's nothing to say you can't run it on a USB-C power plug as long as it'll provide a full 12 volts. So you need a USB-C plug that will do the thing and the magic to send the 12 volts. Pretty gnarly. And of course it's got a warranty card and all that. This PC is so small that this thing is just ultra portable. That's my hand. Right? And there's the whole entire PC. So this has, of course, a power button, or two USB 3 high-speed ports, super speed, whatever you call those. And then on the back, we have gigabit Ethernet, headphone jack, USB-C power, two HDMIs, and another USB 3. It also has over here an SD card slot, and of course a Kensington lock. The box is great. This runs an Intel N97, which is also called a Celeron processor. It comes with 12 gigs of memory and a 512 gig SSD. The M.2 2242 size of SSD, and we'll look at that in a second. You can get this in a couple other configurations, I think, with a smaller SSD. This box, as I have it configured, was $149. And I think if you get the 256 model, it's $100. And these have been on sale a couple times, so keep an eye out. And I'll post a link to this in the description below on Amazon, and it will be an affiliate link for this and a couple other things. And it doesn't cost you any extra, but if you buy something from that link, it helps out the channel, and I appreciate it very much. Thank you. I mentioned this. The system comes with Windows 11 Pro installed, registered, keyed, all that stuff already. I don't mind using Windows. I don't mind using Linux. I don't mind using Mac OS. Kind of all the same to me. It's an operating system and it gets the job done depending on what the job is. But I also wanted to run Linux on this or to be able to use this as a Linux system. So I bought an extra M.2 card. I did that so I could install Linux on an extra card and keep my Windows install without trashing the machine and having to go through the whole process of reinstalling Windows. And this, I bought a 256 gig for the Linux install, which is, way more than Linux actually needs for basic functionality. And this was, I don't know, $25 or $30. And again, I'll put a link in the description below for this particular SATA drive, M.2 SATA. What I want to do now is I want to take this thing apart, and I want to put the Windows install back in. So let me pop the lid off. We'll take a look at the guts real quick. We'll swap out for Windows, and we'll boot this thing up and do some ham stuff. Stick with me. And we're going to use our new favorite toy, the Amazon Basic screwdriver, to pop this thing apart. The screws have little rubber grommets in them, which also double as little grippy feet so it doesn't slide around. And then the lid comes off. Kind of weird getting the lid off. You got to pop it up a little bit. And this is as far as I'm going to take this apart, but you can see inside. So this has Wi-Fi, this has Bluetooth, this has all the things. So complete networking, Bluetooth, etc., etc. It runs Ubuntu 2204 just awesome because that's what's installed on this drive at the moment. So let me pop this one out. And let's take him out. Let's not lose that screw inside. And this is how easy it is to swap out hard drives in this thing. This is actually the Windows drive of what's in this little box. That is the Linux drive I just popped out. And what I'm probably going to do is 3D print a box to keep this thing in so I can keep all the bits and bobs together. And then this goes in here like so. It uses these kind of drives with the three separate keys, two keys, I guess, however you want to call that. And it slides in there like so. And then you press it down and screw it tight. And that is it. We've swapped out a drive. We'll put the lid on the right way and then install our screws and little rubber baby buggy bumpers. So now we've got this guy set up to do Windows. So let me move some stuff off the desk. Love my Amazon screwdriver. If you hadn't seen it, I did a video about this last week, I think. Anyway, so you don't need an extra one. This comes with the drive installed. Again, this comes with a 512 gig drive installed. I just bought an extra one so I could load Linux on this and play with Linux on this box if I wanted to. So I've got her booted into Windows, as you can see here, and I've got the Flex Smart SDR app running. This is running this app great. This will run WSJTX with all the accoutrement that goes with the Flex to make WSJTX work. So it'll run any logger software you have. Obviously, the Flex stuff, WSJTX, it'd probably run the ICOM RSBA1, any ham software, programming software, so on and so forth. I've got it in Windows because that's what's convenient for me. But again, this machine works great in Linux. For a portable computer, this is great. This runs the N97 processor. You know, we've talked on Coffee and Ham radios about the Jankopotamus or the crap top. This has way more oomph than that laptop does, that Maestro $60 laptop that Micro Center was selling. This is basically a very functional desktop PC that runs on 12 volts. That's the cool part. So with your battery box, right, and the proper USB-C connection, you can run this off your battery box on 12 volts. And this thing isn't going to take a lot of current at all. It's a small PC. It uses very low amounts of power. If we looked at the power adapter, the AC adapter, which I can't look at because it's plugged in, it's going to be less than an amp, I'm sure. For $149, I thought you can't beat this. And this is interesting. And Don, N5SKT, and I have had this conversation three times, and he is a proponent of these micro PCs versus a Raspberry Pi. I don't know what current Pi prices are for a Pi 5 or a 4 gig or an 8 gig Pi, but I'm thinking $80 to $100. I can get a 12 gig machine with a 256 gig solid state drive for $100. Guys, I will put links to this box and all the accoutrements down in the description below. Again, those are affiliate links. Doesn't cost you any extra, but it does help out the channel, and I certainly appreciate it. Y'all, make sure you give me a thumbs up, share this video with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and make sure to ring the bell so you get notified whenever I post any new videos. Thanks, guys. 73.